Number 1. The woman said that ever since they put up that job on website, they had received a lot of applications, so she bet there were at least 50. The man agreed with her, and she replied the president was happy to hear that, and he was expected to hire the head manager, the head engineer, and wanted the new hire start as soon as possible. The woman agreed with him, but she said she hadn't been able to look at on all of them properly because with so many submissions. The man suggested helping her. He said he had some time around 10 o'clock the day after, so he stopped by her office. And they could go over together. Number 2. The man congratulated on her promotion and he wanted to know when it was going in effect. The woman replied about 2 weeks. About 2 weeks. But she was busy until then since she needed to attend training every day for it. So she didn't know when she had time to pack in this startup. The man offered to help her. The woman was thankful to the man for that, and she suggested take that bot for her. Number 3. The woman said the store manager, Miss Hartford, would retire that year, and they were looking for someone internal to take that spot. The man was surprised by that, and he said he loved to be a store manager, but he thought he not enough experience to be considered. The woman disagreed with him because the fact that he took business class in college, and plus he had been assistant manager for a while, so he would deserve for it. The man agreed with her and he wanted to know when the interview started. The woman replied at a month after. She suggested asking human resources to get more information. The woman said that Stacy quitting and going to work for Bright Publication. The man was surprised by that because they were biggest competitor, and he thought she would like it there. The woman explained the Scottish her and offered a great position. So it was hard to refuse. The man agreed with her and he suggested thinking about their career plans. The woman agreed with him and she said she would update her resume. The man was thankful to the woman for coming to the interview and they introduced themselves. The woman replied it was great to finally meet them both. The man said that they looked over her resume and thought the department suitable for her, and he wanted to know if she had enough experience in fashion photography. The woman replied she did freelance work for her friend fashion studio. She suggested give them some piece they use on her website because they brought some with her. The man agreed with her and he wanted to know if she tell them about how she came up with her shooting method. The man wanted to know the woman if she had applied for the company position that were advertised the week before. The woman disagreed with her. She said she was revising her resume because because she didn't feel like it's now enough. Besides that, she knew they would opening up the hiring to people outside the company as well. The woman disagreed with her. The man disagreed with her. She said she would. The message that they sent her his resume until in order to see you is as a guy. The woman was thankful the man for that. The woman said before they finished that day meeting, she would like to talk. She would like to talk about their hiring process for that year in the past. In the past, they had always used the headhunter who recommend candidates to them, but she would like to discontinue that service. The man wanted to know why, because he thought it was very successful. The woman agreed with the man and she explained it was very costly. It was very costly and corporate would like them to reduce hiring costs. So she stated showing how they had hiring people in the past. The man was surprised at that and he suggested go with the second best method. So he would talk the rest of team. Trực tiếp. Number 1. Everything we put up that job notice on website, we received a lot of applications. I bet there are at least 50. I know the president was happy to hear that. He is eager to hear the head engineer and wanted the new hire start as soon as possible. Sounds good, but with so many submission, I haven't been able to look at all of them properly. Why don't I have you? I have some time tomorrow around 10 o'clock. I stop by your office and we can go over them together. Number 2. Sarah, I heard you were promoted. Congratulations. When is it going to effect? Thanks. It starts in 2 weeks. But I'm busy until then since I need to attend training every day for it. I don't know when I have time to pack this stuff up. Well, I've finished my work for today. Really? That's perfect. Could you see if there is an extra box in a supply closet? Number 3. Did you hear at the staff meeting this morning? They said the store manager Miss Herford will retire this year, and they're looking for someone internal to take that spot. Wow, I'd like to be a store manager, but I think I'm not enough experience to be considered. But didn't you ever take a business class in college? Plus, you've been assistant manager for a while. And that's a lot more of it. Maybe you're right. Do you know when interviews start? I think they'll be completing the list of candidates this morning and begin interviewing next month. The human resource know more, so you should ask him. Number 4. Did you hear about Stacy? She quitting and going to work for Bryce Publication. You're kidding? That's a big competitors. I thought she would like here. I thought she liked it here. She did, but they scouted her and offered a great position. So it was hard to refuse. Good for her. She deserves it. Maybe we should start thinking about our career plans, right? I think I'll update my resume later today. Number 5. Thank you for coming today interview. We know the location it had to reach. I'm Scotty Smith, the chef desire, and I'm Jennifer Barros, the head editor of the Manager magazine. It's great to finally meet you both. We looked over your resume and thought you would be a perfect addition to our department. But we weren't sure you had much experience in fashion photography. Actually, I did freelance work for my friend fashion studio. Would you like to see some of pieces we use on her website? I brought some with me today. That would be great. And if you could tell her about how you came up with your shooting method.